No, I mean, no, it's amazing. Tony, every hand went up. I thought we've gone through I think every single hand went up the last time. You know what it shows you? It shows you that you love what you do. Go ahead.
We do love what we do.
You do. No, you do. And some of you do it well. Not all of you. Go ahead. I'm not looking at you, by the way.
So we did get the jobs reports numbers yesterday. Obviously, that's kind of a small portion because it's only the first half of March. Was there anything in there that was any sign of optimism? Obviously, we all saw the numbers, down in retail, down in hospitality. Was there anything that you said, okay, maybe with this virus we will see some sort of net gain?
Look, the job numbers are what they are. We asked everybody to go home, don't work. So the numbers are going to be, astronomical. We understand that. I understood that. I know somebody said the numbers are meaningless, and then they took that to mean, jobs don't mean anything. And it was just another fake news story. It wasn't me that said it, by the way. It was a very smart person. But they meant it by saying it really is what. That's why I answer your question very carefully. The numbers are what they are. We know the numbers were going to be massive because we told everybody to go home and lock your door, essentially, right? Don't come to work. You can't come to work. Don't go outside. Don't breathe. Don't do anything. We got to open up our country. But I know that it's coming back. And in my opinion, it will come back very strong. There's a tremendous energy. There's a tremendous demand. And some good things have happened. I mean, I don't know. There's one habit that, as you know, most of you, a lot of you have covered me a long time before I did this. I was never a big believer in shaking hands. But I decided if you don't shake hands, you're not going to be winning a lot of contests. Right now, I'm not sure you have to shake hands anymore. A couple of people have told me, Deborah, you told me, that if we didn't shake hands, the incidence of flu's a big deal also. And that flu might be cut down in half. Who knew that shaking hands was such a bad thing? I felt it. I mean, I always felt it. And, I was never to a point where I can't shake somebody's hand. I knew people like that, too, but there weren't too many of them. But when I ran for office, all of a sudden I'm shaking hundreds of hands. And if I don't, I wouldn't even be standing here. But I think that's a custom that maybe people don't have to. We have to get close together. We have to sit together at the stadiums. We have to sit next to each other and wrestle. All that stuff is going to happen. But I think the concept of shaking hands maybe is something that's going to be a little bit from the past. Let's see what happens. Maybe they'll go right back to shaking hands.
My last question today, how about that? Is there anything you want people to do to show their support, especially we have two doctors up there, to show their support for the medical community? Is there something that we've seen people clapping when nurses leave?
We've seen a lot of that. You might say something that I have seen such support. I saw this morning where everyone's they're clapping for fire department, they're clapping for peace, but they are really these people are, you know what they're like? They're like, Tony, they're like warriors, Mike. They're like warriors. They were going into Elmhurst Hospital, which has been tragic, right near where I grew up in Queens. Going in, and the people in buildings are going, I mean, they're the rock stars. They're warriors. Nurses, doctors, first responders, what they're going through. And they don't even know what's going to happen. I mean, they go in, and by the way, even if they have great equipment, they're catching it. Great equipment. They have good equipment, they catch it. They catch it with good, with bad. It is evil. But Tony, you might say something, and Mike, you may